Hi everybody, it's Kathy Ryan here in Bundaberg, Queensland. You see before you a poor old canvas and the painting was cracked, so I had to scrape it off. I'm going to do one of those travelling ring pours because I think they're rather nice, and that is my jug. And I've got blue. Oh, I didn't put any of this in. I want some silicone in a couple of the colours, probably not in all of them, and maybe in the green, eh? So I've got silicone in the green, red and blue, and I'll just have to give them a gentle little. Right, I'll take out my little knives, and I started off with some of this colour that I made and come off lid, and I can't really tell you what it is, but it's a sort of a creamy beige. I'll put it there, see that? Yeah, it's different. And some red, some green, such a pretty green. Oh, I haven't got the lid off this one. Some yellow, some blue, and lid off please. So while I'm at it, I must take the lid off this one as well. Little squidgen of black and some white, and so we shall start again. Red, white. Okay, so I'll just get this lot out of my way. Some lids back on again. I might leave the lids off those two, the black and the red and white, because I might use them again green. Just whack the lids on and see how we go here. Looking good. So just start from this side. Very pretty. I think I've got enough on here now anyway. I'll just go to the end. Okay, well, and I'm going to use this colour just to have the paints run around on. Makes them, they've got something to roll on, they don't roll over themselves. Perhaps I should explain that a little bit more, which I shall do in a second. Right, and that might be enough there. So let me explain what happens when you have the paints on here and you go to tip them and they're rolling across your canvas like that. If there's no wet paint there for them to roll on, they will do this. And you won't get those colours back. They roll over one another. But if you've got it down like I've got here, then it'll roll across the top of that paint and you will retain your patterns. And so that is why people put just a little bit of paint around for their patterns to roll on. Pretty easy really when you think about it. So I'm just going to take it off and around a little bit to bring it down, and then I'm going to torch it because I can see I have bubbles. If you don't torch it or pop the little bubbles, back to the centre please. If you don't torch it or pop the little bubbles, get rid of them, then you're going to end up with little craters once your painting dries, and little like little holes in there, and unattractive. So this is why we do this. It also helps to bring up the cells, but as you can see here, some of the little smaller ones, they are actually bubbles that have popped, so I'm rather glad that I did that. So I'm going to take it across to here first, and right to the edge and back. Really need you just yet there. I'll bring it over to this one now. Back to the middle. Over here. Okay. Not too impressed with all this green, but I can get some of it off, I think. Well, that's particularly ugly. Sorry, painting, but you are. So, okay, I might just torch it and see what else we've got there. And you never know, something could pop up. Nothing's going to pop up there, so I don't think I have any other alternative. Okay, that's not very good, is it? Right, I'm going to swipe it. the colour that I put around the edges there has come up to the fore more than the actual painting, so we'll see how we go. See if we can't save it, otherwise I'm not going to be a happy chappy. I think I might be nearly out of green. Well, this certainly is a technical drip painting. So if I can save it, it will be good. And I've still got some painting here, haven't I? Just a little bit. Okay, they're pretty colours. So now I want a clean cup, and I have one, and some white, and I think I'll put some silicone in this white that I'm going to use for the swipe, and I'll just use this just for a quick turn over. Yep. Quite often when you have a failure like this and then you do something like this, just swipe it or whatever, you get a nice painting. And I'm not saying that's going to happen just now, but quite often it does. Okay, so scissors, where to go? Oh, I put them in here. I won't be a sec, I'll just grab my scissors. See, what I do, I buy these kitchen towels. I'll just show you. These, you can get them pink or blue. And they're really big, as you can see, so they fit right the way across, but I don't need them to actually be that wide. So I fold them over lengthwise like that, and then I get my scissors and cut them in half. That way I get two for the price of one. I just thought I'd point that out. Here we go. In you go. Good. Okay. Well, you see, That is really nice. I'm just going to do a bit of this. And then I might just bring it down this way a bit. Rather like those drippy bits. And then back to me. Going back down. Slowly but surely. Okay. I think I've got the sides done. Yeah. Now I can have a little play. I might torch it first and see what I have to play with. Certainly have a lot of little cells, which is kind of good. So I do this. Yep. Underneath Show More you'll find the recipes to the paints and the pouring medium that I'm using, and you'll also find a link to my Facebook group, which is Australia Art Dreaming. You're more than welcome to come and join us over there, and we have a lot of fun. Many of you have come and joined, which is very nice. Just getting a bit of colour here for this edge. Just, there's a bit of blue. There's some green, that'll be nice. Right. Okay. So, I'm going to do some of this. So I took it up that way, so I'm coming back this way now, aren't I? Okay. Corner sort of bothers me a bit. I can run my fingers down it. Doesn't look too bad now, it looks a lot better than it did. I suppose I should try to make this one maybe just a tad the same. Right, there you go. Oh. I wonder if I could do a bit of a balloon smash on it. Where's my balloons? Okay. That's a nice one. Okay, so the little card in the camera filled up while I was messing around here, so I just downloaded that part, the first part, which I realise now how long it is, so I'm going to edit fairly heavily and bring it down to reasonable, and see how we go. So I'm just going to finish these little smashes and show you. See, it's so pretty. I like the way these are coming down. I'll put this one here, I think. Yes, that's nice. I think I won't do any more. Or maybe one here. Yes, that one looks nice. Did I get a better one here? I did. Yes. Alright, so I'm not going to smash anymore. My smashing days are done, and I'm going to torch this a little bit and see if it wants to do anything else, and then I'll bring you down to have a look. Okay, so it's really quite pretty. Absolutely nothing at all what it was going to be, but hey, no complain. Okay, I'll just get rid of this, and then I can bring it down, and then I can start the mammoth editing that this one's going to require. What's it like from the side? Ah, it's ordinary from the side, but what I was looking at is really quite pretty. So, oops, to try and keep that off. You can see the little flowers and heaps of cells. 4 drops is all I use, and I think I'm seeing this that I'm going to drop it by half. You can't have such a thing as too many cells, which doesn't give them a chance to grow because they're crowded in. So if I have a little less, and remember too, I only had the silicon in the red, green and yellow, so it's all a little bit strange, but as I said, I'm going to halve it, which is good because it's not cheap and I'll get more for my money. So I think I've told you guys paint recipes and pouring medium recipes under Showmore, along with links to my Facebook group, Australia Art Dreaming, and Priscilla Betzel's Amazon, where you will find, amongst other things, her book called Because I Can, and Fine Arts America, which is a place where I keep some of my things, so please feel free to have a little wander. Until the next video, or we meet in Australia Art Dreaming, I'll catch you later. Bye.